Our Lord was perfect and constantly in unison with his Father. Seeking to be like him is a task that seems impossible. But there are a few little attitudes of Jesus that are easier to adopt, and that's a good place to start. Jesus washed his disciples' feet to demonstrate his servant heart, and he encouraged us to do the same. And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I have given you an example to follow. Do as I have done to you. John 13:14 and 15. And just to clarify that he wasn't just referring to foot washing, he also said, "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many." Mark 10:45. We must use wisdom when placing ourselves in the position of servant. But taking this attitude, like Jesus did, can certainly transform our character positively. If we take the attitude, "I did not come here to be served, but to serve," when we are on our workplace, what would it change? Instead of working for a salary and doing as little as possible for as much gain as possible, we will be an employee who participates in the success of their company. We may be less jealous of our colleagues' promotions, and less irritated when our boss asks us to do a task that is not on our usual list. That is also what the Apostle Paul advised. Work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. Colossians 3:23 and 24. If we take the attitude, "I did not come here to be served, but to serve," when we are at our church, our local assembly, what would it change? Well, there would certainly be no shortage of volunteers at daycare. We will also be more alert to the needs around us, and we will be less likely to leave a church because the message no longer resonates with us. In fact, we will be sensitive enough to be edified even while serving. We will be a source of peace and encouragement to our pastors. As Hebrews 13:17 says, "Obey your spiritual leaders and do what they say. Their work is to watch over your souls, and they are accountable to God. Give them reason to do this with joy and not with sorrow." That would certainly not be for your benefit. If we take the attitude, "I did not come here to be served, but to serve," when we think about our governments, what would that change? Well, instead of complaining and criticizing our decision makers, perhaps we will take part in the change. Perhaps we will get involved in a community organization and be a light in the darkness around us. Instead of praying for God to change things, we will pray for God to use us to change things. As an individual, we are very small in our nation, but if we offer our skills to improve something, even if it's just in our immediate surroundings, we will feel like we have done our part. Finally, if we take the attitude, "I did not come here to be served, but to serve," when we are looking for a life partner, what will that change? Well, instead of making a list of what we're looking for in a partner, we will make a list of what we are willing to give to our partner. Whoa, the list will be very different. We will even take the time to choose a partner who will be grateful for our service and someone that will maybe not ask too much either. Our vision will be long-term and not focus on our momentary pleasure. We must still remain wise when we take this position of servant. Sometimes you will have to learn to do nothing and stay at the feet of Jesus, like the story of Martha and Mary. But if we at least take the time to ask ourselves the question in each context of our life, we will certainly be more like Christ and at the same time be much more serene.